Escapade is striving for is to empower African women, to empower African men, to empower African children, and to empower every African person living in a diaspora, and to also come and share helpful informations. I believe when you empower a woman, you empower a whole generation. A very good morning. Hello, welcome to the Escapades show. If you're new here, karibu tena sana, and that's how we say it in here. In today's show, we are going to tackle a I believe, a very important topic. And before we get into the topic, I believe the experience is carried along. So with no further ado, take your seat, get into the topic, engage with me. Karibu tena sana. Decolonizing our minds. Colonization in Africa was much more than just a land grab. It was a project to replace and even erase the local culture. And that makes us to feel at times inferior. What do I mean by decolonizing the mind? Decolonizing the mind means a process to erase the misinformation that we've been growing with. Decolonizing the mind is letting in the actual information. Decolonizing the mind is accepting the truth and living with the truth. A process of decolonization is a process of healing. A process of walking away from anger, a process of walking away from pain, walking away from loss, anger. It's a journey of healing, discovering, and connection. First is knowing I am in a relationship with myself. By this, I mean we are far away from home. We are disconnected to who we truly are. Sometimes we find ourselves doing things that are not really in our circle, and not really things which we are supposed to be doing. Sometimes we find ourselves thinking other things. Sometimes we are so much caught up in a lot of expectations, in a lot that it just gives an overwhelming experience. And this causes neglect, isolation, and the sense of not feeling at home. When we go back within ourselves, this means that is the safest place, and that is where we are going to rearrange, going to relearn things. We are going to accept who we are. And in a journey of personal growth, I understood we cannot start personal growth if we don't go and see where the problem is. Second, I am in a relationship with others. The ideology of isolation, individualism, that's just something which is not in an African community or in humanity. We need each other to survive. A human species need the connectivity with the other human. We need to be accountable to ourselves. Accountable to ourselves that we need people around us. A human relationship should be of a dialogue nature. By this, doesn't matter which ethnicity, only have one race, and that is the human race. So respect each other, be there for each other, acknowledge the enoughness, and accept yourself for who you are. The idea of not accepting who you are is a very wrong idea, and it gives a very false perception. By accepting who you are, you accept yourself wholly. You don't give time for bad thoughts. To overcome this, you have to accept that you and the next person to you are the same. Let respect be the common ground for everyone. The fourth and the last is, I am entering into a sustainability, accountability of myself and others. Accept that we are one. And we are in one community. There must be a commitment to decenter whiteness and Western thoughts. We must welcome our thoughts. Don't let anyone tell you you're not good enough because you come from here. Don't. Like I said, we are all one human race. And I would leave you with, please, don't get caught up into racism. Don't get caught. That thought of always having an urge of acceptance, we need to get rid of that. We first have to be whole within ourselves before you get into a racial conflict or racism, like how people call it. Before you get there, first ask yourself, where am I? Don't put that thing on your face. There is nothing. Don't entertain such. And best believe me, if you find such comments, you will definitely even look at those people who are making such comments. Just look at it. Another thing, before you get all those thoughts in your mind, stand, ask yourself, who am I? Where do I come from? Do I even have time for this? So don't really get caught into that circle. Continue talking about it. It will never end. It will never. We have our kids. We have kids. Teach your children about who you are. Make them proud. Make them feel special from where they are coming from. Make them walk with pride. Make them believe in themselves. Allow them to be confident that no other person can intimidate them. Let them walk with pride. Feed your kids the history of an African woman. Feed your kids your background. Feed your kids with your roots. That's just how those kids are going to walk outside. They are very comfortable, and he or she will not stand in a place where she will be like, oh, why do you even have to prove that you're a human being? When we go into decolonizing our minds, it's all about African value. It's all about our value. You first have to love yourself for another person to love you. It's not the other way around. I sometimes see kids online, they're crying. Oh, let me give an example. A kid is born here. You're introducing yourself. Hi. Question comes, where do you come from? I say, I come from Germany. I'm German. Another question pops, where do you originate from? Then all of a sudden I start getting angry. Why is he asking me where I come from? I am German. No, they don't want me. This is racism. This I don't understand. What is so wrong with just saying I'm coming from Kenya? I'm German, but I originate from Kenya. What is so wrong with that? This is another thing. Sometimes those people, they don't even mean it wrong. Where do you come from? They will be very proud answering, I'm German, but I originate from Kenya. Or confidently saying, I'm Kenyan. My friend, this skin here, this color here, this is not a German color. Even if I have a German passport, just check it. You have German passport, yeah? Whenever you're traveling, where you're traveling, they will ask you, where are you from? Believe me, you can change your nationality, but you will never change your identity. And this identity is going to follow you everywhere. And that's why you need to accept who you are to avoid all the misinterpretations of things, or who, ha. With this, guys, I think I've finalized with the topic. We are finding solutions for things. We first have to know what is the problem. And that's why we had to get into decolonizing our minds. We have to decolonize our mind for us to be, or for us to accept ourselves for who we are, and for us also to get the respect we deserve. We will never get respect if we just keep on whining. We cannot whine. And sometimes to stop racism, you have to stop talking about racism. Most times, even not everything is about racism. Adios. I will leave you with that.